Okay, the quail cages are completed. Okay, I got a few more things to show you that I do. Okay. Or I did here in this case. See this little wire I put on the ends to keep the eggs from rolling out? I got one on each end. That's some little 1/4 inch hardware cloth I had laying around here. You can put any kind of wire you want in that area. You see? Okay. Another thing I'm going to say is wear gloves. You definitely want to wear gloves. Now I didn't. So do as I say do, don't do as I do. And I got a bunch of little cuts on my hands. They heal, but they're going to heal, I should say. Okay. Also, Teflon tape. I think I said this in an earlier video, but use Teflon tape on these. The little washer makes the seal. Okay, but if any water gets, leaks, it'll come through the threads. So as an extra precaution, use some Teflon tape. Okay, take a scissors and cut about 1.5 inches of tape and wrap it. If you don't know how to put on Teflon tape, just wrap it like you're tightening a nut onto your threads. That's the direction you wrap it in. If you wrap it, put it the other way, it'll come off when you try to screw this in. Okay. And let's see. Got a couple other things. Bear with me. I pushed the gate. I put all the gates on the inside. I had them on the outside, but I put them all on the inside. All the gates on the inside. They open going in. Okay. I think I said that in another video, but I'm just recapping everything. This is video number 10. This is the last video in the series. Okay. But anyway, let me show you a little bit more. All right. You see those mats down there? You see this rubber mat? Okay. This is a shower mat. This goes in a shower. Okay. And it's 1 foot square. It looks longer with this on the video, but it's from here to here. It's 1 foot. It's 1 foot square. Okay. Now, the shower mats. I got a bunch of them right here that I ordered. Okay. Now what that's for? You notice they're in the cage. Okay, I got one in each cage. I just put them in there for demonstration purposes. These mats are give your birds a break from walking on the wire 24/7. That's what it does. Okay, I put them by the feeders, and it's to help prevent bumblefoot. Okay. The only thing is, with them in there, the eggs are not going to roll. But if they lay an egg on the back side of it, it's not going to roll past it. So you might want to put them under the water in the back. Might be better. Now to take them out to clean them, okay. All right, I'll throw them out down here. But to take them out to clean them, okay, let's say you got a little pool in here. All you do is fold them in half. Okay, and take them out of your door. Okay. Now you can pull them out under here, but I found it'll scrape the pool scrape off right here. That's just to help prevent bumblefoot. Some people take like a 14-inch. You could take like this is the cage is 2 foot by 20. You could take 2x4. 14, 16 inches long, and put them in there. Put it in there, and then they'll get on the 2x4. Of course, you got to take them out and clean them. That's the thing. All right, I want to show you the pans. Okay. Back to these mats. I'll put them in before, let's say I put some new birds in here that hadn't started laying. Okay, I'll put some mats in. Okay, and it gives them a little break. Now you can see a lot of the pool go through the mat. If you can see, the mats are But hold the camera still for you. The match, I put the match even with the bottom wire. So some of the pool will go through. Okay. That's the only thing is they'll stop the eggs from rolling down. That's the thing. Okay. Okay, the other thing is the pans. Okay. This was the pan that I got from AutoZone. Okay. It's 2 foot wide. Okay, and that's what a lot of people use. It still has the blue coating on it, by the way. That's what a lot of people use. And they work pretty good. Okay. But I found a better pan. I found a much better pan. These are about 1/2 inch. I think they say they're 1/2 inch. And it seems like that's plenty of room to catch the poop, but you'll be surprised how fast they'll fill that pan up. And it's only 1/2 inch. Okay. So, as you can see, I got some more pans right here. I bought 6 pans. I'm gonna say it was about $70, something like that. All right. On eBay, they were almost $100 for same pans, for 6 pans. Now they're plastic. Okay. They're plastic. Okay. And the pans are 1.5 inches deep. They're 1.5 inches here. Okay. So you get a lot more. The AutoZone pan, and they're about the same price. I think the AutoZone pan might have been a little bit more. Might have been just a hair bit more. Okay. Let's put this up here. Okay, and as you can see, I'll get over here and show you. It's pretty deep. Okay. Pretty deep pan. Not on that square. Of course, you would go over the edge and you'd put 2 pans. Okay. Let's get another pan and put on there. Just to show you what we got. Sorry about that. Knocked the camera out of focus, it looked like. Okay. Alright. There's 2 pans. And as you can see, they fit pretty good. Now, I'm going over the sides, or the back rather, about, I guess that's about 5 inches. I'm just guessing, something like that will go. Okay. And I've used them in the past and they work pretty good. Okay. So 2 pans will work great for these cages. Alright. Now, I'm going to hang, remember I'm going to hang? I showed you earlier video. I'm going to hang these trays. Okay. Oh, not the trays, the cages. They hang on the hangers that I have, and the front corners. I like to catch it from the bottom of the cage, okay, and hang it there, okay, with a wire. All right. So that would work. The only thing about these pans, or any pans that you use, it's going to cut out some of the light. Okay, going into the cage. But I haven't had a problem with it. Okay. See the difference in the light in the cage? Watch the difference in the light. It will cut down some of the light. Okay, but I haven't found that it really stops the birds from laying. What I like to do is instead of putting my light directly over the fluorescent light, instead of putting it directly over the cage, you can put it kind of in the back or coming from the front. Okay, the feeders would stop some light coming from the front. But I like to put my light at an angle. You'll see in a future video when I hook all that up. Okay. So that's pretty much it, what we got. Now I'm going to be doing a bunch more videos. I'm going to do a video, I'm going to crunch the numbers. I think I said this in a past video. But I'm going to always repeat myself. I'm going to crunch the numbers and see what's going to, if you can make money raising quail. And I have in the past, I did real good until a storm come along and wiped out my whole building. And took away my building, my quail pens, my rabbits, and I just got out. I got discouraged and got out of it. And I'm getting back in, but I'm not going to do it near as big as I did before. I plan on having about 100 birds. Okay. But I'm going to crunch the numbers and show you how many birds you need to make X number of dollars. And it's going to be variable, and I'll show you all that. Okay. But that's pretty much it. And stay tuned for that video and some other videos. As I get quail, I'm going to film some more videos. Okay. Like I said, I've raised quail for quite a few years in the past. And I just want to raise a few more. I want it for the eggs mostly. If I can sell, I'm gonna sell enough eggs to pay my feed and birds. Okay. Oh, also incubators. I got 2 incubators. Okay. I got one coming in tomorrow. Okay. And I got one that I had that's in earlier videos. The small little tabletop, real small incubators. The new one I got is supposed to be 95 to 100% hatch rate not by the manufacturer of the incubator, but by people on YouTube. And a lot of them swear by this incubator. I've seen some real good reviews on it. And I think I paid $39 off of Amazon. Yeah, it's $39 plus I don't pay shipping them. I got Amazon Prime, so there's no shipping involved, but there's a little bit taxes. So it's a little over $40. And I'm gonna test both of them to see what we got. Try to get some good eggs, so we're not comparing. We're not putting bad eggs in good incubators. If you follow what I'm saying. So anyway, yeah. So when I get my birds, I'm going to put this. I'll probably put the mats under the water. I got them for the feed right now. Okay, but I'm just going to slide the mats back, put where the water's at. Every time they get a drink of water, they'll stand on that. You know. I'm probably going to use this cage as a grow-out cage. And I'm sitting on a plywood right now. There's a plywood board, and I said it won't be that plywood when the cage is hanging. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put, to make it a grow-out cage, okay, you want your wire small, the wire's too big. This wire's too big for little birds. And so is that grid I got there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some shavings from Tractor Supply and fill the cage full of shavings so their feet don't fall through the wire. Okay. They won't be able to get to the water. They won't be able to get to this water because these cups are exactly 4 inches off the bottom, and they little tongues. They won't be able to press the little yellow tab to get water. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a water in there. Okay, bear with me just a second. Here it is. Take something like this. This is actually too big to fit through the door. It'll go through the door, but I'll spill all the water. I use this in other cages. I can use this in other cages. Get something small, a small little water to put in there until they can get, till they can get to the water. Okay, now you could put a 2x4 under the water so that they can, these cups, until they learn to drink, Okay. Now the feed. You put a 2x4 for them to get to the feed, and I think I said this in an earlier video, but what you do is you push the feed down. Now you shouldn't push the feed down once the birds are full grown, because it's just going to push feed up to the backside of it, to the inside there. It's going to push the feed up and cause them to waste feed. But with little birds, push the feed down in here. Okay, push the feed down. Okay. And it'll come up in the bottom part, and they can get to it easier with a 2x4 under, like I said, with a 2x4 under the feed tray, so they can stand on the 2x4 and get to the feed. Okay. If they're so little they can't get to that, okay, just like that water I just showed you, you can get a little feeder and put in there. So you can use this as a grow-out cage for small birds. After they've been, after there's no longer in the heat, you don't need heat. Out of the brood. Okay? I guess you could almost make this a brood too if you wanted to. But anyway, that's how we do it here. The cage is complete, ready to go. Okay, this is, like I said, this is video number 10, the last video in the series, showing you how I built this cage. If you've watched all the other videos from 1, it'll be from 1 to 10. I got one each day for 10 days. There's a video of this cage build right here. And the tricks, I had 5 tricks I showed that you don't see very often people using. Stuff I learned a long time ago when I was raising quail 20 years ago. Okay, and that's in my videos. So just watch the videos. They'll show you how to cut the wire and how you build your cage. Of course, you just use this as an example. You can build a cage any size you want. You can build them for rabbits. You can build them for chickens. Grow-out pens. You can build anything you want. Okay. That'll be that's in my videos. Okay. But just to give you a good idea of how to do it. But I would definitely like these new trays. The other thing about this AutoZone tray. Okay, it's got a coating on it. It's got a blue coating on it. Of course, you pull that off. Okay. This is galvanized. And the poop and the droppings eat up the galvanized. Okay. Now you can leave this plastic coat on. It will last for a little while, but not long. You can paint it. I would take vinegar and put vinegar on it. Vinegar is an acid that will kind of eat it up a little bit, and then sand it to rough it up, and paint it with a good exterior house paint, something like latex. Paint it with that, and to preserve it. But they don't last. They'll eventually eat through. I've had them back in the old days. I didn't put anything. I figured the galvanized was good enough, and they'll eventually will rust through. It may take a while, but they will rust through. Well, these new pans will not rust through, and they're 1.5 inches. They're 1.5 inches deep. You got an 1.5 inch pan. I keep knocking this thing out of focus when I get that pan too close to it. They're 1.5 inches, and they're there you go. We back and forth. Sorry about this. 1.5 inches, and they won't. It's like a plastic. It is a plastic, so you don't have to worry about them rusting through. Okay. That's how we do it here. How we build a quail cage. I hope this series of videos has helped someone. And like I said, continue watching. We're going to have a bunch more quail videos. And I got videos on everything. It's cold right now, and I'm working on my truck. I got a Chevy truck that I'm working on. It's a 99 with a 98 body style. And I wrecked, and I couldn't get it started. And I got, I think, 18 videos so far on that. And I was in the middle of working on it, and it got cold. You know, it got freezing. Weather got freezing, and I'm not going to get out of the south side. I'm working on it. I could bring it in the shop, I guess, but I'd have to put my motorcycle outside. I'll move it to the other side of the shop. But anyway, so when it was cold, so I decided to go ahead and start doing build the quail cages and make those videos. So I got videos on that. I played the stock market, water heater breaks, air conditioner breaks. I prepared both my air conditioners, my upstairs and my downstairs air conditioners myself. Just things around the house I work on. So it's not just quail. I'm in a lot of other stuff. So, but I will have a bunch more quail videos as I get the quail in. I got some. There's a guy that lives not far from here. He's got some baby quail, and I'm gonna buy quail from him. And so I have the incubators. I'm gonna buy quail that's almost ready to lay, and I'm gonna put them in these cages, and I'm gonna sex them and decide, make breeders out of them. Okay, and then take the eggs and incubate them, and that's how I'm gonna build slowly. And I plan on having 3 cages like this. Okay, each one of these cages hold 10. This is 30 here. I'll have 30, so I'll have 90. I can raise 90 or more birds in the 3 cages that I'm gonna have. The 2 more like this. So I'm not gonna get any bigger than that. And that's pretty much it. So keep watching, and I'll do a test on those incubators. And if you're interested in getting a little incubator, it'll be in a video how they hatch out, if they how they hatch, how good are they, and then that's pretty much it. And I'm gonna have plenty. Oh, chickens! I'm fixing to hatch out a bunch of chickens. Okay, in those incubators. I got building a brood, fixing up a brood for the chickens. I have chickens. If you looked at the other videos I have, and I'm gonna get my chicken. I have 4 chickens. Okay. So I'm gonna get probably 8 more chickens. Okay. I'm gonna incubate those. I got someone that's got a bunch of chickens that fertile eggs, and they're gonna give me eggs. And I'm gonna hatch those out. And I just want 8 hens. Okay. Or I might put 8 hens and 1 rooster with the chickens I already have. That's what I might do. I might have a rooster, and that way, if I need to hatch out any more chickens, I'll have fertile eggs. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna make videos on that. So we'll be doing chickens and quail. All right. Hope this helped someone. And this is video 10 of 10. Like, subscribe, really helps the channel out. Thank you.